What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 31 of our Brentford career mode, and today we have some huge games. We have Manchester United, Chelsea, and Brighton all in the league. There are only 5 league games left. Aston Villa the last one there, and as you can see, once we go back to the table, we're 3 points back of Villa, who's sitting 5th. I'm not so sure if 6th is a European spot. We play Chelsea today, who could pass us up theoretically. So, I mean, there's still obviously a lot to play for in and around this 5, 6, 7, 8 spot. Hopefully, we can keep on rolling. It seems Tottenham and 4th are way out of our reach. It's an 8-point gap between us and Tottenham with only 5 games to go. So it's, it is what it is. But, 2 tough games today, and then the Brighton game that is, it's a difficult game since we changed the settings. But as you can see, this is United's lineup. Kane up front, Rashford, Fernandes, and that's Pereira out on the right. I'm not sure if that's the Pereira they own. Playing out on the right would be kind of weird. But Pogba and Busquets in midfield, and then Dalot at right back, and then Pau Torres and Varane at center back. I believe that's Pau Torres, and then Telles at left back. Varane is very tired. Hopefully we can have a run at him. We're going to run with our regular starting lineup here today. Tony and Buemo and Jolis up front, and then Ali Seda, De Silva, and Bryant in midfield, and then Henry, Pinnock, Caceres, and Max Aarons along the back line, sitting in front of Romero, who, of course, is a former United player. So let's jump into this. It's United Brentford. Let's go. Corner's set to come in. It gets whipped in. Can we get a header onto it? We can. Unfortunately, it goes right into the ground and wide for Tony. That is the first real shot of the day from either side. Very much played in midfield so far. Can we get a touch? Not quite. He's playing around with it here. Kane, Fernandes. United trying to work themselves a little bit of space as that comes into Kane, and that's slipped into a good spot. That's a really good save. Nicely smothered there by Romero, who came out and did really, really well. And now we are going to try and come on the break as Jolis moves forward, trying to get into the box, slides it back to Ali Seda, who turns and has his shot blocked. Here's Henry now, Bryant. And that's not who I wanted it to go to, but it's fine as De Silva's on it, and he has his shot blocked. Nicely done to play out of the back, and here's Ali Seda on it now. Ali Seda plays a really good ball to Jolis, and Jolis takes that down. Lovely! Oh, and the effort's blocked away, but it's in the back of the net in the end. It's a good save originally. It's not the greatest first-time effort, but it pops right back up to Jolis, who heads into the back of an empty net. And we've taken the lead at Old Trafford here. It's been poor so far from United. That's an excellent ball. Decent take. He hits that directly into the ground. It's saved, but he can't get up in time to stop the free header. Or he just can't get over in time, can he? Dove again, but Jolis manages to put it into the back of the net. And we're ahead here, 1-0 on 52 minutes. Can't quite take that away from United there. Rashford managed to keep hold of it. He's on it now as well. Slip back inside. Cavani has his pass blocked, but it finds its way in, and it's into the back of the net. Daniel James with the goal. In the right place at the right time. They've been really bad going forward today, United. But they get a really good pass in there. I believe it was Cavani who played it into Fernandes in the box. It's a really good ball here. It is Cavani. Gets first one blocked, and then an excellent little slip pass. Fernandes didn't shoot for some reason, but James made sure to at least have an effort. And it found the back of the net with 15 minutes to go. Can there be a winner in this game? There hasn't been a ton of opportunities or a ton of great football here so far, but still possibilities of a winner. Nice ball up the wing. Here's Fernandes. Tries to step inside. Doesn't quite work out for him, but there are plenty of men forward here for United. That's a great ball to Rashford. And he's just beating him for pace there and slammed it home. It's 2-1 to United. 2 quick goals. And all of a sudden they lead. Turned it on out of nowhere. the Manchester club, and this is a good ball once again from Cavani. And he's just in behind Aarons. He's just beating him for pace there. Got the jump on the run. And slams it home near post. 81 minutes gone, and now we need a goal all of a sudden to grab anything out of this game. Nice play. Oh, a bit unlucky there. There's space now. That's a really good ball to Cavani. It's game over. And 3 goals in 10 minutes out of nowhere for Manchester United. Cavani instrumental in all 3. An assist and a goal here, and set one up as well. Get a little bit unlucky there, but Fernandez, unselfish, finds Cavani. That is a heck of a finish, and unfortunately we are going to come away with no points when it looked like 10 minutes ago we might come away with all 3. Slipped across to De Silva. Now Pereira on it here. Slide back inside. Can we slide it through to Pereira? We can. Nice take from Pereira. It's a good save. And what probably would have been only a consolation is saved away by David De Gea. And with a minute to go, United, almost a smashing grab. Really for them, though, we weren't creating too much. They weren't creating anything for the first 75 minutes. And all of a sudden, they just burst into life, grab the points, and it finishes 3-1. And unfortunately, we get nothing out of that game. And that should put us further behind a couple teams around us, you would think. Aston Villa, of course, we're 3 points ahead already. Chelsea, we're only 1 point back. And we also have that game against Chelsea coming. It's going to be very, very difficult. And we were the only team to play right there. So we might just end up waiting a day or two. See if teams play on the Wednesday. We shall see. And they do. Aston Villa grab a point, go 4 points ahead of us. Chelsea grab a point and stay behind us on goal difference. So both of them fail to take the opportunity that is our loss and run with it. But we have a game here. Chelsea-Brentford here. Winner is ahead of the other as they're playing 3 at the back. Conte and Ziyech in midfield. Werner, Pulisic, and Thauvin up front. Zappacosta, Chilwell on the flanks. And Shula is exhausted, but he is playing for Chelsea. Hopefully we can have a little bit of a run at him. But let's jump into this. Regular starting 11 for us. Brentford-Chelsea. Let's go. De Silva. It's a little bit lucky, but gets it forward to Bryant. Now Bryant can slide it forward here, and Tony's on it. And Tony's got to step inside. Tomori does well. It's 1-0. It's poor defending from Tomori. And that's probably the best way you're going to go about beating a 5 at the backside. You got to get to him quickly. You got to get behind. And we do there with Tony. Gets in between Shula and Tomori. And it's just poor from Tomori. As simple as that. The cut back inside's nothing special. Tomori kind of just continuing to jog away. We'll take it. And it's 1-0. And Buemo does well to just hold on to it. Now we can slide it forward here as Tony's going to get onto this now. And it's Tony. Oh, it's a good save. Can Tony get the header on? Not quite. It's punched away in the end. It looked for a moment like we might grab a quick second. It did not quite work out that way. It's headed away. Ali Seda takes it down now. Comes to Bryant. Back into Ali Seda. He's trying to step inside. Still holding on to it. Then loses out. But at the moment, we're playing pretty well. We're starting to carve a few openings out of this Chelsea line. And Chelsea not exactly playing pretty decent football going forward. As I say that, they race into the box and score. But they weren't playing good football going forward, and then that happens. 1-1. As Chelsea grab an equalizer here right before halftime. 43 minutes on the clock. It's not great defending from us, is it? It's just not. They don't bring a lot of men forward. That's what I was kind of getting at. That pullback there just lost us, didn't it? And the finish is excellent from Ziyech, but when they come forward, the fullbacks don't actually overlap. I normally I've been expecting the fullbacks to kind of overlap. It's just kind of Ziyech, and that's it. Ziyech and the front 3 are pretty much the only players that come forward. And unless something crazy happens, I feel like a second goal could win us this game. But we'll have to see, of course, about getting that second goal. And, of course, holding Chelsea out. 1-1 at the break. Nice tackle. One more. Here's Jolie's. A little bit quiet so far today. You can slide that out there. Him and Henry looking to overload this side as that comes out to Jolie's here. And Jolie's trying to step inside of Sarr, who is, of course, a Chelsea player already, just on loan at Porto last year, as that comes out. And can we slide that across goal? We can, and it's Pereira. Oh, what a save. An excellent, excellent save as that comes back inside. We can't quite find the back of the net. Pereira on for Ali Seda, who is continuing to carry that knock, as that pass does not get out like we would like it to, but Pereira almost with an instant impact. Nicely done. Conte's racing forward. Oh, the pass goes right through our legs, and it's Werner, and he clips the goalkeeper, and Chelsea take the lead. Silly stuff. Pass goes right through his legs. That part is a shame, but we've kind of given the ball away before that. We were talking about Chelsea not really having an attacking threat. It's what happens when you give the ball away in a spot like that, right through his legs there. He just clips it over Romero. It's a good finish. Confident finish from Werner, who's had a torrid time in his first year at Chelsea, but yeah, not ideal from us. And we have 20 minutes here to find an equalizer. That is a really good ball forward, but Henry is just a little bit quicker than Thauvin. Caceres does well to play it to Bryant. Now we can push forward here. Slipped it inside to Tony. We can slide it one more time there to Pereira. And it's Pereira here. Oh, it's a good save. Can Pereira get to that? No. Oh, is that the chance? That second touch took it a touch too close to the goalkeeper, but oh, you think we might be squeezing it through there. It does not happen. Tony's on it now. That is a massive, massive chance to equalize as that comes to De Silva here. Back inside to Tony, who does well to turn with it, and Shula kind of just steps in the way. And with 5 minutes to go, that is surely the chance. Oh, just gets away there. Ziyech. Can we get the ball off of him? We can. And now there's a minute to go. Can we force possibly one more good opportunity as Bryant slides that forward to De Silva, who does well to turn. Back to Bryant now. And the pass inside to Tony didn't get there, and that's it. 2-1 to Chelsea. Another game we gave away. Another game we were 1-0 up in which the team we were playing weren't really creating a ton. And we kind of just gave it away there. See, Chelsea with 2 goals. We've given up 5 goals on 6 shots in 2 games, really late as well. And that is just not good enough. It's just concentration stuff. We're just not giving, or we're just giving the ball away and things like that. We can't be doing that as Ali Said is going to miss 5 days. He's going to be back in time for the Brighton game. But as you can see, we dropped down to 7th and possibly 8th with Everton still to play. And hopefully, you know, they continue to drop points. We said we'd finish somewhere between 7 and 10 after changing the difficulty. That seems to be where it's going to end with 3 or so games left to play. Everton haven't played their game yet, and neither have Villa, who can really kind of put themselves out of reach with a win. But we have our game against Brighton here. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. They're playing 3 at the back here. And they have Kanate as well as Bodu. Lacadia up front as well. It's a very strange Brighton team. There's some real talent in there. But let's jump into this. It's Brighton Brentford. Let's go. This is going to be a different test than the one we just had against Chelsea because the wingers are up the pitch. The 2 who play wing back in theory are higher up the pitch. They're going to have more men forward. Chelsea never really bought those players forward, and defensively it was a little bit more difficult to kind of squeeze through. But offensively, it may leave us some gaps if they don't get back in time. See, this is going to be, if the wingers don't kind of step back inside, we are going to have the width of the pitch to kind of deal with there, as we almost get the header on there with Ali Seda. Didn't quite get there ahead of the goalkeeper, but an early opening. As Tony steps inside, finds Ali Seda now. It's a good ball out there to Aarons. And Aarons can push inside. Aarons does brilliantly well as Tony all alone. Top of the 6-yard box. It's 1-0. And this is going to be a problem for Brighton defensively. It's going to be a problem for us defensively, but a problem for them defensively. This could be very high scoring, this one. As we get out wide with our fullback Aarons. And we step inside, and Tony's just been left alone. Kanate stepped across to help. And just left Tony all alone, 6 yards out. 12 minutes gone, it's 1-0. Nice play here from Brighton. Longman. Lacadia. It's a good ball to Motor there, and he keeps on pushing it forward. And the wingers are up here now. When we build up slowly, it's a problem for us offensively because the wingers actually do get all the way back into that fullback position, as you would expect, of course. But when you hit them quickly on the break, they're very, very open. So we're going to need to be playing fast, be playing quick. And hopefully we can grab a couple goals on the break as we let them step inside there. And he smashed the post. A little bit of luck goes our way because that was poor defending to let him step inside. But we kind of just escape. So that could slip forward nicely. Here's Tony. And there's space here for Tony. Not quite the quickest Tony to step inside of Kanate there, but not going to need it as that goes into the back of the net. That's a lovely ball in. And Jolie slams home. 2-0. And we do hit them a bit on the break there. That's an excellent ball out there. And then Kanate left too much space to let the ball come back inside. Obviously can't see behind him in the back of his head here, but the space is there. The gap's there for the pass. It gets to it. And Jolis with an excellent finish to go along with it. 2-0 in a half hour. And in a good spot. Nicely done here. Mbuemo. Just pushing forward here. And slide that out there. That's a really good ball. Jolis is going to get there. It's 3. What a pass from Mbuemo. And the extra burst of pace from Jolis to beat the center back to it. It's 3-0 and we're cruising. Booze here on the seaside. And that is an excellent pass. Brilliant ball in there. He just gets there first. I believe that's Ben White. Does not have the pace to get there. Jolis does. And on 34 minutes, we are 3-0 up. Nice take. But the touchback is really, really bad from us here. As he goes into the box, that's a good save. Near post there, as Lallana has a hit. It was a really, really poor giveaway there from us to let them inside. And Kanate hits the post and it just bounces around. I was about to say Romero should be coming for that. He doesn't. And that is a really, really big chance there as they hit the post. And we go back up the other end. And Tony, it's 4. Dreadful defending. Whoever is on the right side of the Brighton defense cannot do this in space as he kind of just lets us move forward into that space. Him and Tony, nowhere near each other. Look at the space. Kind of puts that run forward and then Tony just moves into it. Easy enough finish for him and a big swing. Brighton could have grabbed a goal there, 3-1. Got to put that header into the back of the net in a situation like that. Free header, back post. It's got to go in. Doesn't, and on the break, we score a 4th goal, and that should really see this game out. Nice ball. One more. Nicely done here. And Balogun's made a really good run, and he's done well. And he can step back inside, slide it in there to Ali Seda. It's in the back of the net. A really good run from Balogun. And he did well to find Ali Seda in the space. Dragged Kanate out of the middle. Ali Seda with the goal. Balogun does well to set it up. Excellently played. And we grab a 5th goal here as Brighton. This is a struggle for them, surely. Every game, every week, anytime anybody breaks, it's surely a struggle. They leave so much space out there. Nice step inside, but we win it. And a fancy flick up the pitch there. Ali Said on it now. And Balogun, plenty of space right down the middle. And it's Balogun, can slide that in there to Bryant, who takes it nicely. That's an excellent, excellent block. Really, really good block. It was going to be a struggle for the goalkeeper there. A really good block. I tried to play him offside, Connolly. And he's just doing too much. Way too much. Some silly touches and things like that. That's one thing I want them to fix in the next FIFA. With the AI specifically, is that when they get into spaces like that, they always take weird, unnecessary touches when they could just run forward and put themselves in a position to score a goal. But too much there. A minute of time added on here, and we come away with a really nice victory, a good performance going forward. It was almost a scrimmage based on us hitting on the break, because they just left those three center backs all alone for the majority of the game, and we created high quality chances front to back. Simple as that. You know, one extra key pass there and 5 becomes 7 or 8 goals. Couple of last ditch tackles and things like that, but they left their players in a really, really awkward spot as we go 3 points back at Chelsea, 1 back with Aston Villa, who still have 2 games. And next episode, of course, we play Aston Villa. And right before this episode ends, I kind of want to push forward and see if we get those games played or not. They'll probably be played midweek this week or midweek next week. Well, obviously, those are the only chances. But normally those makeup games get played in the final week, midweek. That's normally where they get played, so we'll have to see, but we're kind of going to take a look and see if we might get a game or 2 in there, and we don't. So we sit 5 ahead of Everton, who have a game in hand. We sit 2 back of Aston Villa, who have a game in hand, 3 back of Chelsea, and Tottenham are gone. Let's take a look at our scouting before we go ahead and move into the end of the episode. Take a look at what our final 2 games are like. Dalsgaard wants better wages. He does not know he is leaving. That is unfortunate for him. We have anybody in here? It does not look like it. And then, let's see. Anybody in Italy that we can bring to the club? It looks like Samuel De Luca looks pretty decent. Nobody else, though. I haven't gotten a ton out of Italy and Uruguay this year. A lot out of England, though. The England guy is normally pretty decent. We have one here, though. He's 17. I don't normally sign players like that, but one there. So we got 2, and we can go ahead and take a look at our youth setup and see what kind of players we have in here. Reynolds here is someone we can go ahead and get rid of. Only players with, you know, absurd potential are going to stick around. Rowe and Seymour looking like they're going to be pretty good. Isaac Smith, we can go ahead and release. He doesn't look like he's going to be good enough, but everyone else here looks pretty decent. Carter Hope can go ahead and release. There's an 82 overall here as well. Can go ahead and release. It happens, but, you know, everybody here now is 89 and up, except for this player here, Ewan Pryor, but he's 80 to 86, and he looks like, I mean, that potential is a pretty good spot to be in for a fullback, so we're going to go ahead and keep him around. But everyone else is growing pretty well. This lad right here, D'Agostino, 84 to 90, looks good. 83 to 89 for Seymour, 87 to 93 for Jackson Rowe. And then we got a lot of other players who are, you know, continuing to grow and continuing to put in the work to try to go ahead and become a part of the first team going forward. Now, that is going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, we have a couple of games plus the end of season stuff. We're going to play the Burnley game, we're going to play the Aston Villa game, and then we're going to do our end of season kind of roundup and talk about transfers for next season and things like that, guys. But that is going to be it. I hope you folks, of course, have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.